Have you ever felt frustrated by the timing of events in your life? Have you ever wondered why things aren't happening when you want them to? Let's dive into a concept that might help you see things from a new perspective. Divine timing. Divine timing is about understanding that there is a greater plan at work, orchestrated by a higher power, which some call God. It's about recognizing that there is a reason for everything, even when it doesn't align with our own plans or timelines. In today's fast-paced world, we often expect immediate results. We want things to happen now, quickly and efficiently. But sometimes life doesn't work that way. Sometimes we have to wait. Waiting can be incredibly challenging and often leaves us feeling anxious and impatient. However, if we shift our mindset, we can start to see waiting as a period of growth and preparation. It's about trusting that there is a reason for the delay and that everything will unfold when the time is right. Let's begin by exploring the idea that everything happens for a reason. This concept can be comforting and empowering. It suggests that there is a purpose behind every event in our lives, even the ones that seem difficult or unfair. When we start to believe that there is a greater plan, we can begin to look at our experiences, both good and bad, through a different lens. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, we can feel like a part of something greater. We can start to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. It's also important to understand that divine timing is not about passively waiting for things to happen. It's about actively participating in our own lives while trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. This means taking action when we feel inspired, but also being patient when things don't go as planned. It's about finding a balance between doing and being, between striving and surrendering. One of the key aspects of divine timing is the idea of seasons. Just as nature goes through different seasons, so do our lives. There are times of growth and times of rest, times of action and times of waiting. Understanding this can help us to be more patient and accepting of the natural ebb and flow of life. It can remind us that just because something isn't happening right now doesn't mean it never will. It just means that the timing isn't right at this moment. When we're in a season of waiting, it's important to focus on the present moment. Often we get so caught up in thinking about the future that we forget to appreciate the here and now. But the present moment is all we really have. It's where our life is happening. By staying present, we can find joy and contentment in the little things. We can start to see the beauty in everyday moments and appreciate the journey, rather than just focusing on the destination. Another important aspect of divine timing is trust. Trusting that everything is happening as it should, even when we don't understand why. This can be incredibly challenging, especially when we're going through difficult times. But trust is essential. It's about having faith that there is a greater plan at work and that everything will work out in the end. It's about believing that even the hardest moments are part of our growth and development. It's also helpful to remember that we are not alone in this. There is a higher power guiding us and supporting us. Whether you call this higher power God, the universe, or something else, the idea is the same. There is something greater than ourselves that is helping us along the way. By connecting with this higher power, we can find comfort and strength. We can start to feel more supported and less alone. In addition to trust, gratitude is another powerful tool when it comes to understanding divine timing. By focusing on what we're grateful for, we can shift our mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. We can start to see all the blessings in our lives, even the small ones. This can help us to feel more positive and hopeful, even when things aren't going as planned. It's also important to take care of ourselves during seasons of waiting. This means taking time to rest and recharge, both physically and emotionally. It means practicing self-care and doing things that make us feel good. By taking care of ourselves, we can build our resilience and better handle the challenges that come our way. We can also be more present and engaged in our lives, rather than feeling overwhelmed and stressed. One of the most powerful ways to understand and embrace divine timing is through reflection. Taking time to look back on our lives and see how everything has led us to where we are now. Often, we can see how past events, even the difficult ones, have helped us to grow and become who we are today. By reflecting on our past, we can start to see the bigger picture and understand how everything is connected. It's also helpful to remember that everyone's path is different. Just because someone else's life is unfolding in a certain way doesn't mean that ours should be the same. We all have our own unique journey and our own timing. By focusing on our own path rather than comparing ourselves to others, we can find more peace and contentment. Another key aspect of divine timing is letting go of control. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing that we can't control everything and that sometimes we need to surrender to the flow of life. It's about finding a balance between taking action and letting go. By letting go of control, we can start to feel more relaxed and at ease. We can trust that everything is happening as it should, even when it doesn't go according to our plans. It's also important to be patient with ourselves during times of waiting. It's natural to feel frustrated and impatient, but by being kind and compassionate with ourselves, we can better navigate these challenging times. This means acknowledging our feelings and giving ourselves permission to feel them rather than suppressing or ignoring them. By being patient and gentle with ourselves, we can build our resilience and better handle the ups and downs of life. One way to practice patience and trust is through mindfulness. By staying present and focused on the here and now, we can better manage our thoughts and emotions. We can start to see things more clearly and find more peace and contentment in the present moment. Mindfulness can also help us to be more aware of our own needs and take better care of ourselves. Another powerful tool for understanding divine timing is prayer or meditation. By taking time to connect with a higher power, we can find comfort and guidance. We can start to feel more supported and less alone. Prayer or meditation can also help us to quiet our minds and listen to our inner wisdom. This can help us to find clarity and direction even during times of uncertainty. It's also helpful to remember that divine timing is not always about waiting. Sometimes it's about taking action and seizing opportunities when they arise. By staying present and aware, we can better recognize these opportunities and take advantage of them. This means being open and flexible rather than rigid and fixed in our plans. In addition to taking action, it's also important to be open to receiving. Often, we are so focused on giving and doing that we forget to allow ourselves to receive. This means being open to help and support from others, as well as recognizing and appreciating the blessings in our lives. By being open to receiving, we can start to feel more balanced and fulfilled. It's also important to remember that divine timing is about more than just our own lives. It's about understanding that we are all connected and that our actions and experiences have an impact on others. By living in alignment with divine timing, we can start to see how our lives are interconnected and how we are part of a greater whole. This can help us to feel more connected and less isolated. One way to live in alignment with divine timing is by following our intuition. Our intuition is our inner guidance system, helping us to navigate our lives and make decisions that are in alignment with our highest good. By listening to our intuition, we can better recognize when it's time to take action and when it's time to wait. This can help us to feel more confident and empowered, even during times of uncertainty. It's also important to remember that divine timing is not about perfection. It's about progress and growth. It's about recognizing that we are all on a journey and that there will be ups and downs along the way. By embracing the imperfections and challenges, we can start to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This can help us to feel more resilient and less discouraged when things don't go as planned. Finally, it's important to remember that we are all deserving of love and happiness. Divine timing is about understanding that we are all worthy of good things and that everything will come to us in the right time. By believing in our own worth and staying open to the possibilities, we can start to attract more love and happiness into our lives. Understanding divine timing is about recognizing that there is a greater plan at work and that everything happens for a reason. It's about trusting that everything will unfold in the right time and being patient and kind with ourselves during times of waiting. By staying present, taking care of ourselves, and following our intuition, we can better navigate the ups and downs of life and find more peace and contentment. Remember, you are not alone and you are deserving of all the good things that are coming your way. Trust in the process and believe in yourself.